This Friday, the electric in my house turned off, and it was a weird type. It wasn't all out. The lights were dim, and the refrigerator was like kind of cold. The AC was blowing, but there was not really cold air. And they're calling us. They're saying, "Don't worry, we're working on it. 4 o'clock. It's going to be on 4 o'clock." Perfect. Okay, my mom's hosting company. I feel like it's going to be fine. 4 o'clock's enough time. The ovens don't work, but we'll get everything in the oven by then. No, but then at 4 o'clock they call, and then it's 5 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock they call. Oh, sorry, no, we said 7 o'clock. And then we're like, wait, 7 o'clock gives us an hour. You know how much we could do in an hour for Shabbat? We could do anything. No worries. And then 7 o'clock comes, and they call, and it's 9 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock, and they can't call, we can't call, nothing, we're in the dark, literally, half literally, and it's that feeling of, they cared, I know they cared, but also it's still not cold in here, and it's that confusion, and then come Saturday when it's still out and it's the hottest day of the year, you feel like, wow, they gave up, they don't really care at all. That's what happened this weekend. But now, context to Eliyahu Hanavi. We know his name. He's this fancy guy. He comes over on Pesach, but he also did a very cool thing in his life. And let me just give some context. There's all Bnei Israel together. All of a sudden, one king comes out against the king of David's lineage, breaks off. Now there's, well, I should really top screen this, okay. Now there's 10 tribes, 2 tribes, and it's split, right? Israel and Yehuda. And the people in Israel have this, are losing their connection to the Beit HaMikdash because their leaders are very smart. They said if they go to the Beit HaMikdash, they're going to see what's happening in Yehuda, and then they're going to say, why did we separate again? Let's just go back. It looks great there. So they erect their own kind of altar, mizbeach, with their own avodah zarah, to say, you don't have to go anywhere. Everything we need is here. So everything we need is there. But what is there? Now the Beit HaMikdash, this mizbeach to avodah zarah. So they're going further and further off the derech. And Eliyahu Hanavi is trying to speak to them. And he's trying to get their attention, and finally says, Hashem, stop giving them so much prosperity. They have wealth and rain and everything. Let the rain stop. Let them see what they're doing to you. The rain stops, and Eliyahu is not liked by the king of Israel, Achav. And now we come in, our story comes in, at the 3rd year of the famine. Hashem wants to bring rain, and Eliyahu says, okay, let me just do this thing first. Eliyahu comes to Achav, who has been chasing him, looking for him, wants to kill him. Comes to Achav and says, that's it, showdown. You bring 450 Nevi'im of Baal, the Avodah Zarah, and bring any other Nevi'im, any other Avodah Zarah you want to bring, come to Har HaKarmel. And I'm going to be there, and we're going to see once and for all. They all come. They're excited to come, actually. All of Yisrael gather. And Eliyahu stands on the mountain, he says, Ad matai atem paschim al shtei haseifim. Until when are you going to stop jumping between these 2 opinions? If you want to follow Hashem, follow him. If you want to follow Baal, follow it. We'll come back to that. How can you say that? Okay. Let's finish the story. It goes on. He says, okay, we're going to see once and for all. I'm going to bring Korban, you're going to bring Korban. We're not going to put any fire on it. The Korban, that a fire comes down and is taken, we know that's the God. Has to be. The people are psyched. Yes, great idea, let's do it. Now, maybe he's laughing at it. Now people are so excited. We're gonna. Sounds like a great idea. Anyways, Eliyahu says, fine, you're so good. You're the majority, you guys go first. They take their sacrifice, they set it up, they're so excited, and now they're yelling, Aneni Baal Aneni. Like it's Yom Kippur, like it's the same words that we use to Hashem. And nothing's happening. And then they keep going, and they're saying, Aneni Baal, come Baal. And nothing's happening. Okay. Now Eliyahu starts. He says, yell louder. They don't hear you. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe he's out defeating an enemy. He's a god after all. He just doesn't hear you. Yell louder. Try harder. And they do. They start dancing around it. They start cutting themselves and bleeding because that was another practice of Avodah Zarah. And nothing happens. Eliyahu says, let this be a testament that I'm the one Navi of the one true Hashem. And let this be the testament. And he takes 12 rocks. 12 rocks for? 12 tribes. Puts it all together. Digs a trench around his Mizbeach. Trench. A hole. Huge hole all around it. He says, go get 4 jugs of water and pour it on. Okay, do it 2 more times. 4 times 3. 12 tribes. Good. Now, the trench is full of water. And the whole korban is soaking wet. Everything's wet. And he says, Hashem, to show that you are the one true Hashem, come down and bring fire to this korban. Fire comes. There's not a drop of water left. And all the Jews yell out, Hashem hu Elokim, Hashem hu Elokim. Reminiscent of Yom Kippur. So he succeeded. He turned everyone back. Everyone now believes in Hashem. But let's go back to what was he fighting against, right? Because he introduced the problem as their poskim ben shnei ha'seifim. But what does that mean? It means that the people of this time, it's women only, Victor, whatever. I don't know what you think. Okay. The people of this time, they can't decide. Maybe I serve Hashem, and I serve Hashem in these things. No, but also I serve Baal when I need Baal, no? I can't need Baal sometimes? They're back and forth. What do you mean? I'm a great Jew in this way, but I also do these things on the other side. And they can't decide. They're half in, half out. And I want to ask a bigger question that I think everyone asks. What is Avodah Zarah? What are they doing? What's the problem? And also, Eileen, why bringing this example? Because I know you're trying to be relatable, but I don't know, I don't stop my worship of Hashem and do Avodah Zarah because that's not a thing. Okay. Avodah Zarah is the worship of yourself. It's in a lot of different ways. One, we have the worship of my desires. I need this. What do you mean I really want this? This thing that Hashem told me I can't have, I need it so badly, and I'm going to do it. And you know what, Hashem, whatever, I need this. Okay, that's one thing. The other way that Avodah Zarah serves yourself is that Hashem runs the world in a very careful way. And He gives you everything that you need, everything that not even He believes you need, He knows you need. And you're so taken care of. But in situations sometimes, we think, know what, I don't have everything I need. I need this other thing, and I'm missing something. And this would be so much better if this happened. And I would be so much better off if that happened. And I know Hashem didn't give me this, but I need it. And it's what's right for me. And it's going up against what Hashem tells us straight out, is that this isn't right for you. And I know what's right for you, and I'm giving you what's right for you because I love you, but you think something's right for you, so now you go serve Baal. Because Baal could give you what you think is better for you. And that's Avodah Zarah. And that's what we live every single day. Every single day. I know Avodah Zarah is extinct, but we live with Avodah Zarah every single day. Because we always want control over things that Hashem says, you don't have control over this. So now, Eliyahu, what is he really saying to them? He's saying, you want Hashem when he's convenient. You want Hashem when Hashem wants what you want. Sometimes Hashem wants different than you. And what are you doing? You're saying, oh, Hashem wants to I'll just go to Baal. I'll be right back. Now, why is this a problem? Because he says something crazy. He says, go serve Hashem if Hashem's what you want to serve, but otherwise, go to Baal. What? But that doesn't make any sense because Avodah Zarah is bad. You're trying to get me away from that. At least I have a little Hashem. No? Anyone? Sounds like a bad question? Good. No. No. Why? Because this guy in the audience, when Eliyahu was talking, that's half-half. What's he saying? I'm Sadiq. What do you mean? I serve Hashem great. Me and Hashem, we're rolling. We have the best relationship. Until he realizes he's that same guy jumping the fence. Once you realize you're the guy jumping, you're not going to realize that if you think I'm a Sadiq. So what is he saying? No! Better off you know how far you are from Hashem. These people, they don't even know. And how do we know they don't even know? Because they don't answer him, and it says they didn't have anything to respond to him. They're so confused, they don't even know that they're confused. And Eliyahu's saying something, and that's why they're saying, great idea, because they have no idea. Oh my God, I don't know black from white. They're just so confused. And they're asking for this test. Please give us a test, because the test is going to show us what I should really be doing. It's like they don't even know what they did for Hashem and what they did for Baal. They couldn't even tell the difference. We see this pattern over and over again in history, where Bnei Israel are disloyal. And it says in Yirmiyah, excuse me, I keep reading, Ha'hemir goy Elohim, v'hem lo Elohim, v'ami, ha'meir kevodo be'lo yo'il. Did any other nation leave their God? And their God isn't even God? And my nation, that has the true God, the one God, the God that it's just the ultimate God, and we leave. We just go and come. And Hashem doesn't understand it. He's like, I don't get it. They're so devoted to something that's so fake. And my people can't be devoted to the truth. And it's baffling. And it comes down to this trait that we see throughout Navi, which is Shalimut Halev. And that translates to Shalem, the heart, wholeheartedness. Where's your heart with Hashem? And this word actually, Levav Shalem, is used to describe various kings. If you read Melachim, it'll give a quick synopsis. This was the king, he ruled for this many years, his heart was full with Hashem. This was the king, he lived for this many years, his heart was not full with Hashem. Very easy. Now you know the difference. And it comes down to this at the end of the day. Where's your heart? Because it's not about how many mitzvot, it's not about your righteousness, because these people are doing mitzvot, but they're also doing the bad things. That's not what it was about. It's about your heart. Where is your heart with Hashem? And in fact, Mesillah Yesharim brings it down, and he says that it's one of the core traits that you should search for, and it's outlined in this pasuk in Devarim. This pasuk outlines all the traits that we should have, and one of them is to have a full heart, and I'll read it because it's nice. V'ata Yisrael, ma Adonai Elohecha shoel me'amecha, ki im liyid'a et Adonai Elohecha, lalechet b'chol derachav, ulahava oto, ulavod et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, u'b'chol nafshecha. So he's asking, what does Hashem ask of you? Only this: to fear Him, to walk in His ways, to love Him, to serve Him with all your heart and with all your soul. So these 5 things. And one of them is that b'chol levavecha. So that sense of a full heart, of commitment, it's something reminiscent of a marriage, right? A marriage, it doesn't mean you're always doing something for the other person. It doesn't mean that that you're always on the same page. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. It's just that you have my full heart, and we're both just trying to do good for the other person, because that's it. You have my heart. I'm committed to you. And Hashem does acknowledge that this is a marriage, and He says, "You know why I love why I love Bnei Yisrael? Because when they were my bride, coming out of Egypt, that was our quick little marriage, Yetziat Mitzrayim. And now, when our newly married stage, they came and they followed me into a desert, and they just trusted in me, and they just said, Hashem's going to give us what we need." And Hashem remembers that. And that remembrance of that it's called chesed, I'm getting the right words, I'm not going to run that. Chesed ne'orayah. The chesed that we did when we were a bride, when we were just newly married. And Hashem is acknowledging this is a marriage. Okay, since then, what did we do? So many times in Navi, we're called Bnei Yisrael, called a zonah, where we're cheating. We're cheating on Hashem. We're taking this relationship that we have, and we're being disloyal. We're saying, Hashem, I know I'm connected to you, but I need Baal. I need this outside help. I need this desire. And it's just crazy that it's the constant metaphor. And it's so often overlooked when you're saying, how should I feel towards Hashem? Hashem is your king. Hashem is your father. Hashem is... Any other ones? He's your... what about, we're his slaves? So that's another one. Anyone else for, another metaphor we use for Hashem? But often overlooked is... He's your husband. Because it sounds so crazy. It sounds weird even when I'm saying it right now. Hashem's my husband. That sounds inappropriate. That's not that sounds weird. Just take it back. Okay, but it's not. It's not, because Hashem says it himself. And when you understand that it's a marriage, I don't know about anyone else, but I'd cry thinking about it. Oh my God, that's what I'm doing to my husband. I'm so... It's like a whole different level, because every kid annoys their mom. It's so normal. It's so regular. But you never want to cause pain to your husband. It just makes you so sad. And it just also amplifies, I know they say the love of a parent and child, but amplifies the love of Hashem for us. Because, of course, the love of a parent to a child, but it's the love that's It doesn't look, it's like equal. It looks across, it doesn't look down. So now I have further proof of this. And it's actually one of the berachot that we say under the chuppah. In our chuppah, it's crazy how much we talk about the destruction. It's like we never talk about it, and then all of a sudden you get married and everything's about remembering the Beit HaMikdash. And what's the fifth beracha? You're all going to recognize it. Sos tasis v'tagel ha'akara. May the barren one be happy and exult. Who's the barren one? Right? And like how many people are married and had no idea? The barren one's Yerushalayim. I had no idea at my wedding also. We're talking about Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim is going to celebrate. B'kibutz baneha letocha b'simcha. With the gathering of her children together with happiness. Baruch atah Hashem misameach Sion bebaneha. Bebaneya. Sorry. Who gladdens Sion, which is Yerushalayim, through her children. Why? Why are we talking about this? Okay, you want to say it's our happiest of times, so we have to remember Yerushalayim, we break the glass for that. Why are we saying this? Because we're at a Jewish wedding. A Jewish wedding where we're perpetuating the name of Hashem, we're perpetuating Judaism. And we're saying we're continuing this miracle. We, the Jewish people, are a miracle, and I want to continue it. So two Jews get married, and it's like, wow, we're really continuing this. But I have a lot better suggestions of when to say this beracha. How about a bris? A Jewish kid is born. Yes, perpetuating B'nai Israel. That is a much better time. I didn't even have a kid yet. I'm under the chuppah. A bris sounds much better. What about a pidyon? Okay, where like this kid is being redeemed. Something with a kid. Why a marriage? Why? We do a lot of things. We can say this beracha many times. A marriage doesn't fit. And I want to suggest that Hashem and Yerushalayim, because the beracha is about Yerushalayim, feel a sense of hope. Two Jews are getting married. They're going to learn commitment. They're going to learn what it means to give your heart to somebody, to love somebody, to want to make someone else as happy as they could be, to want the best for another person. They're going to learn all these great things, and then maybe they'll apply it to me. And maybe we'll have that. So Hashem is saying, this is the hope for Yerushalayim. This marriage, why? Why? Because a marriage is commitment. A marriage is saying, I'm with the other person. Doesn't matter what happens. Wholehearted. What they ask of me, I'm going to try to give to them. If it doesn't make sense, we're going to try to compromise. I'm just going to try to live my life connected to another person. If I have, something happens to me, who do I tell it to? This guy. Something exciting, something bad. Anything. Doesn't have to be only what we share together. It's not, what do we share with Hashem? I share shul, I share siddur, I share Tanakh, I share the Parashat HaShavua. But Hashem, it's not only about that. It's not only about what you share together. What else do you share? I live a fun life. I have friends. A friend is bothering me. Hashem. Who would you go to? Your husband. So now Hashem wants to take that place. Hashem's saying, come to me. I want to hear about your friend that's bothering you. I want to hear about this. Anything. You're pumped about something? Talk about it to me. Just treat me like your husband, because that's what I'm trying to be. So hopefully with this wedding, we'll learn that commitment. Now, why is this what Eliyahu was talking about? Why is this commitment what Eliyahu was talking about? Because when Eliyahu now takes his turn, to do the korban, he assembles the 12 racks, right? And what's the words that is used? Vayirafe et Mizbeach Adonai Heharus. He repaired the damaged Mizbeach of Hashem. But I have a question. There was no other Mizbeach to Hashem besides for the Beit HaMikdash. There was no Mizbeach that was ever there. What is he repairing? Okay, so the answer is that he's repairing their idea of the Beit HaMikdash. These people are from Yisrael. They haven't seen the Beit HaMikdash. They've been separated from it. They've been serving in Yisrael. And by doing this whole display and this showdown, he's showing them this new idea of what the Beit HaMikdash is, and he's rebuilding in their head that love of the Beit HaMikdash, that shalom of the Beit HaMikdash, and he's laying that foundation through this sign. From committing them, it's bringing back this spark of the Beit HaMikdash. So, okay, a little bit skipped a part. Forget that I said that. I did it, whatever. Anyways, we were in the head of Hashem's my husband. So now we're in Tish'a BeAb. And many of the questions are, what did I lose? I don't get it. What is the Beit HaMikdash about? Why am I still sad? What would it be like if it was here? Why do I want it back? Of those sorts, right? Anyone want to shout out any that I missed? Did I miss anything? Okay. And I think our answer was in what I just said, because I can't sell you on what the Beit HaMikdash was. I wasn't there. I could tell you all the nice things they say about it. I still can't sell you on it because you needed me to come back and say, guys, it was just at the Beit HaMikdash and it was great. And until I could do that, you're not going to care what I have to say. So instead I'm going to say, oh, your husband lost something that was very important to him. He's crying. He's mourning. Your husband is very upset. Your husband was disgraced by people that he cared very much about. And now it's like, oh my God, I'm so sad for him. I don't even know who the people are. I don't even know what he lost. But like, he's so sad. He just wants us to share with him. He wants us to come to him and be on that same page with him, and we keep trying to avoid that same page, but he just wants the togetherness, that wholeheartedness, that my heart is connected to your heart, so now I care. I care when you're sad. Because Hashem cares when we're sad, so let's care when he's sad. And not to go off topic, but I have to, we're going to talk about Sinat Yinam all day. That Hashem is sad. You're mean to your friend, and now Hashem has to care about your friend, because that's also his spouse, counterpart, whatever. So now you're making him sad again. So now if we just thought about that connection of Hashem is sad, so I'm sad. What about Hashem is happy, so I'm happy? Wow, what that brings in, that whole new world of I'm actually excited for the bride and groom. I'm actually excited for that kid that was born. I'm actually excited for anyone who succeeded because Hashem's happy. I'm so happy he did a great deal, and that doesn't really connect to anyone. I'm so happy she bought a great dress. Whatever it is, whatever connects to you is that's the relationship that we're talking about. Fine. And like we said, by getting that connection, it's building that mizbeach. It's building that love of the mizbeach and respect for the mizbeach in our head. And again, in our pedek ends in a very funny way. After this whole demonstration, Eliyahu says, go home, everybody. Get psyched, rain is coming. But Eliyahu was just saying this. So what does he do? He has to know for a fact. So now he goes and he starts praying. And he sends out a servant. Can you go see if there's a cloud? Guy comes back, no cloud. Go again. No cloud. Go again. No cloud. Does this 7 times. On the 7th time, he says there's a cloud the size of a man's hand coming. Eliyahu says rain is coming. Everyone go home, stay inside. It's going to be a crazy story. Why with this back and forth? And the Mefashim brings something like a crazy connection. And the connection, they say, is this whole thing is happening. Why? As a remez to, is it like a display of a hint to, Sheva Yipol Sadik Vekam. What is that? It's a pasuk that we have, I believe it's in Mishlei, that describes a Sadiq. Who's a Sadiq? Who's a Sadiq? Someone who does mitzvah, who's a good guy, probably learns a lot. No. The Sadiq is someone who fails seven times and stands up. And how could you fail 7 times and still stand up? Because I'm committed. I have a goal. I have a relationship to be a part of. I'm committed. And Eliyahu, in this sending 7 times and then finally getting the answer, it's like the whole B'nai Israel, okay fine, you just recommitted yourself to Hashem, you need to know something very important. It's not so easy. But that's how it has to be. It doesn't have to be perfection. Commitment isn't perfection. A marriage is not perfection. It's just commitment. It's just trying again. There was no cloud, but I'm going to try again. There's no cloud, but I'm going to try again. Hashem is not he's not disregarding me. He's saying, you can do this just like next time. Keep going. You got this. And you're still a Sadiq. You're a Sadiq when you fell the 3rd time, and you're a Sadiq when you fell the 6th time. It's not just because you got to the end and you finally made it that you're a Sadiq. No. It's in the whole thing. In the middle of it. When I'm still failing. That's when I'm a Sadiq. Because what does it say? V'kam. He stood up. Not V'nisleach. No, V'nislach. Who knows Hebrew? Win. What do you say win? V'nasliach. It's not that he succeeded. And he just stood up again. He said, I'm committed, I'm going to try again. And the whole story ends, it's sandwiched by this commitment. Just commit. Just commit. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be great. You don't have to be the Sadiq, the Gadol Hador. You just have to try. And it's not so hard. Hashem's not trying to say it's hard. Just try to put your heart with my heart, and then we'll be able to accomplish something great. We'll be able to remember them as Mizbeach. We'll be able to unite. So, inshallah, next year in Yerushalayim. And thank you all for coming.